Tonight, we count down the top 10 deadliest warriors in history. Number 10. Aztec Jaguar Warriors. Clad in animal skins and ritual armor, the Jaguar Warriors were the elite shock troops of the Aztec Empire. But their purpose wasn't simple slaughter. Their goal was capture, not death. Armed with obsidian blades sharper than steel, they fought face to face, deliberately disabling enemies rather than killing them outright. Captured warriors were dragged back to temples, where their hearts would be cut out in ritual sacrifice. To the Aztecs, war fed the gods. To their enemies, defeat meant a slow, ceremonial death. Number 9. Zulu Warriors. Before Shaka Zulu, African warfare relied heavily on skirmishing. Shaka changed everything. He shortened spears for stabbing, forced warriors into brutal hand-to-hand combat, and introduced relentless drills that turned young men into living weapons. Zulu regiments advanced in silence, using shield formations designed to encircle and annihilate opponents. European forces described Zulu charges as overwhelming walls of flesh and steel. Even rifles could not always stop them in time. This was not chaos. It was calculated destruction. Number 8. Viking Berserkers. When berserkers entered battle, fear arrived first. These warriors were said to fight in an altered mental state, screaming, biting shields, ignoring wounds that would cripple normal men. Whether fueled by ritual, drugs, or psychological conditioning, the effect was undeniable. Enemies often broke ranks before the first blow was struck, and once that happened, the slaughter was swift. Berserkers were rarely many, but they never needed to be. Number 7. Medieval Knights. Encased in steel and trained from childhood, knights were walking fortresses. Contrary to romantic legend, knightly warfare was ruthless. Battles often ended with fallen enemies crushed under armored horses or executed for ransom. Their swords were designed to pierce gaps in armor, not slash heroically. A fully equipped knight represented years of training, wealth, and violence concentrated into a single human weapon. On medieval battlefields, knights decided who lived and who was forgotten. Number 6. Samurai. The samurai were not merely soldiers, they were instruments of order. Bound by Bushido, they trained endlessly in swordsmanship, archery, and mounted combat. But what made them truly deadly was their mindset. Death was accepted long before battle began. Failure meant ritual suicide. Retreat meant disgrace, worse than death. This psychological discipline created warriors who advanced calmly into chaos, cutting with precision while others hesitated in fear. Number 5. Roman legionaries. Rome's enemies often fought bravely. They still lost. Roman legionaries were professionals in an age of amateurs. They trained daily, marched endlessly, and fought as a single machine. Shield walls advanced methodically, breaking enemy lines inch by inch. Rome did not rely on individual heroes. It relied on systems of violence perfected over centuries. That system built an empire that spanned continents. Number 4. Persian Immortals. The Immortals were terrifying not because they never died, but because death didn't reduce their numbers. Always maintained at exactly 10,000 soldiers, fallen warriors were instantly replaced. To enemies, it appeared as though the unit could not be weakened. They served as shock troops, royal guards, and symbols of imperial dominance. When the Immortals marched, resistance often collapsed before battle even began. Fear, carefully engineered, was their greatest weapon. Number 3. Spartans. Spartan boys were taken from their families at age 7. They were starved, beaten, and trained to fight relentlessly. Weakness was eliminated. Mercy was discouraged. Survival was earned. By adulthood, Spartans were not just soldiers. They were living weapons shaped by suffering. At Thermopylae, their stand became legend. But their true legacy was a society built entirely around war. Number 2. Mongol Warriors. The Mongols didn't conquer through brute force alone. They used speed, intelligence, deception, and terror. Cities that resisted were erased. Survivors spread stories of unimaginable destruction, ensuring future cities surrendered without a fight. Mounted archers fired accurately at full gallop, retreating only to lure enemies into traps. Under Genghis Khan, warfare became global, mobile, and merciless. Number 1. The Mamluks. Born as slaves, forged into warriors, the Mamluks became one of the most formidable cavalry forces in medieval history. Trained from youth in mounted archery, swordsmanship, and relentless discipline, they were elite soldiers bound not by bloodline, but by loyalty and mastery of war. In 1260, at the Battle of Ain Jalut, they achieved what many believed impossible. They halted the advance of the Mongol war machine. Using calculated feigned retreats and disciplined heavy cavalry charges, the Mamluks shattered the aura of Mongol invincibility. They did not inherit power. They seized it, on horseback,